I was unaware that when I walked through those operating room doors that morning, my life as I knew it would change forever. This surgery left me unable to swallow, talk, or use my arms and hands. So my journey started back in June when I noticed I had a bit of an ache in my upper back. I didn't think too much of it, so I let it go on for quite some time before I did contact my family doctor. He said it was just muscle spasms in my neck and nothing to be concerned about. He recommended that I see a massage therapist and chiropractor, so I did both of those. My chiropractor looked at me and said, "Wow, it looks like you've been in a terrible accident," even though I hadn't been. She was able to get me in for some x-rays. One of them is actually pictured here. So it is now the middle of August. I waited 2 weeks for an MRI, and the following morning I received the news regarding what was causing my back pain. So my doctor called me with some devastating news. He said that the MRI revealed that I do have a mass in my cervical spine. It was hard hearing this. A couple more weeks went by with no further answers, so I decided to go to the ER in hopes to speak to a doctor there, and I waited 18 hours, but I was able to get in and see someone, and he said that he would schedule me in for a biopsy in 2 weeks, so this was September by this time. So the biopsy revealed that I have a giant cell tumor in my cervical spine. So I got paired up with 2 doctors who specialize in this area, and they started me on a drug which will hopefully calcify my tumor enough so that they'll be able to go in and perform surgery, and that is where I'm at today.
Lauren's health journey had only just begun, and the next year was an upward climb for her life.
This day of last year, I went in for my 23-hour surgery to remove a rare and aggressive tumor in my spine. I was unaware that when I walked through those operating room doors that morning, my life as I knew it would change forever. This surgery left me unable to swallow, talk, or use my arms and hands, things we take for granted daily. I spent 2 months in the intensive care unit where I was reliant on feeding tubes to keep me alive. I suffered from 2 bouts of pneumonia and C. difficile. After 2 months, I was sent home to continue my recovery, or so I thought. It wasn't long before I started feeling really sick, and a trip to the ER led me to realize I had a paraspinal abscess in my spine. I went for a washout spinal surgery where I ended up back in the ICU. I was recovering from the surgery, but soon learned my infection was back and I needed to go back to the OR yet again. This pattern continued twice more, and I felt absolutely defeated. These were the darkest days I've ever experienced. There were no answers as to what was causing this infection and why it kept coming back. My team was planning to send me home on palliative care, as antibiotics alone wouldn't be enough to cure my infection. A much-needed miracle happened, and a tear in my esophagus was discovered as a result of one of the plates in my spine that had been inserted during my first initial surgery. I went in for my 6th spinal surgery this past year. This surgery was a success, and I was sent home where I've been continuing my recovery. I am so lucky for my incredible medical team that gave me my life back, as well as the support I've received along this crazy journey. If there's one thing I've learned from this experience so far, is that I will never ever take my health for granted again.
Let's dive straight into the comment section, shall we? One viewer left a concerned message that read, "I don't understand why regular x-rays wouldn't reveal your condition. Should we always be getting MRIs so nothing is missed?" And Lauren instantly replied with, "Mine was a soft tissue tumour completely hidden on an x-ray. I don't get how either. I think so, to be safe. Both my MRI and CT scan revealed it." Another viewer left a comment saying, "I work in a hospital. There are a lot of doctors and nurses who will ignore symptoms, sadly. Push for your health. Nobody knows you better than yourself." As always, thanks for watching Happiest. If you liked this video, then be sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok pages for even more inspiring and informative videos like this. And if you have any of your own you want to share, be sure to send them in.